A look there inside Northwest Stadium in Landover, Maryland. Tonight, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Denver Broncos and the Washington Commanders. Mike Tirico, along with my partner Greg Olson, it's Will Lutz, the kicker, who gets this started. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Washington offense going to make their way to the field for the first time. They're led out by the former number 2 overall pick. That was back in 2015, Marcus Mariota.
It's just so nice to have a veteran like this on your roster that you know might not get a ton of reps in practice, might not get a ton of reps in the preseason, but when you need to turn to him, he's there and he's ready. They've been a starter in this league. They've had success. He knows how to manage a huddle. He knows how to read defenses. He does all the intangibles that you need to turn to when your team needs a settling force at quarterback. To have one of these guys, man, what a weapon.
A big play right out of the gate on the first play. 55 yards on the game.
55. And the Commanders first down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Yeah, and this is one of those cases, Mike, that the defense is so consumed with locking down all the receivers that they lose track of the quarterback. And after realizing there was nowhere to go with the ball, he tucks the ball down and not only picks up the first down, he picks up a huge chunk play.
That'll be taken in by Krosky Merritt. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
A gain of 2.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Back to throw. That is caught in the middle of the end zone. Zach Ertz, touchdown Commanders. And that is the way to start a game. Not just score, but Greg, score quickly. A nice opening drive for the first 6 points.
Well, it seems like the hour spent on that opening game script was time well spent. I mean, to take the ball right down the field that quickly, right out of the gates, that's a pretty good opening drive and an early 6 points.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. The kick is good, and the Commanders will take a 7-0 lead.
Commanders 7, Broncos 0.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. On the return, here comes Marvin Mims. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. So the Broncos come out, and Greg, they are led by their QB of the future. Found their guy with the 6th quarterback selection in the 2024 draft. 2nd season now for Bo Nix.
Well, it didn't take long for Bo Nix to establish himself as a bona fide starter in this league, winning the position with the Broncos as a rookie. He has all the intangibles, but really what sticks out the most, Mike, is the amount of starts he made in college. It's kind of similar to Brock Purdy. Very experienced at the college level. Let's see how that carries over here to the NFL level.
incomplete.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now the former Ohio State Buckeye. Here's J.K. Dobbins. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
Working out of the gun, it's Nix. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
Sacks are drive killers. There is no greater correlation between a defense getting off the field and the ability to rush the quarterback. And when they come on 3rd down, that number just goes up.
On 4th down, out is the rookie 6th-round pick, Jeremy Crawshaw, to kick it away. Now fair catch is taken back inside the 40. The Commanders' offense ready now for their 2nd drive. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive, so try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He'll get this complete to his man out of the backfield. An even 20 yards. Impressive start to this drive.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head?
The pressure gets there, and down he goes. That's Brandon Jones from his safety spot, bursting in to record the sack.
With the right personnel, the safety position is like the ultimate chess piece, right? You can put him in center field to play pass. You can bring him up and make him a pseudo linebacker, but you also can bring him on pressure, Mike, and that's what this guy does so well. The timing and the speed, he got there in a hurry.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. He'll drop to throw. To the right side, catch made by McLaurin. They'll be marked down very close to the 1st down. They got 14 to the 15 that they needed. It's going to set up a manageable 3rd and short.
So think back to earlier in the week, Mike, and they told us they want to get him going here early and often. So I'd expect plenty of passes to head his way as this game unfolds.
They'll motion over Samuel. They'll run here with the rookie.
Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this 4th down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to him, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They'll try to run, and he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on 4th down.
You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that 4th down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time 4th down stop.
The Broncos offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. with Dobbins. And he'll only be able to muster a couple of yards. Frankie Louvu there to make the play defensively.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 33-yard line.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 8. Play action now. It's Nix. That's going to be caught. It's Marvin Mims. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
It's a gain of 21 yards.
A gain of 21 on that pass play. First down, Broncos.
First down. A gain of 21 yards. First down, Denver.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
To Adam Trumman. Out of bounds at the 38-yard line. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 3. Now it's Dobbins. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. A gain there of 16 yards. Good for a Denver first down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
Complete to Marvin Mims. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 18-yard line.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. On the ground, here's Dobbins. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down.
He was taken down by
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
Nix from the gun on 3rd down. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Cortland Sutton. Touchdown, Denver.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
Will Lutz now for the PAT. His kick is good. The Broncos will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. So back to level after the touchdown. In time for the kickoff. He fields it at the 8. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Commanders' offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with first down. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Finding space at the 40. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line. That's the way to get started, a pickup of 17 and a very quick first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
He was trying to hook up with Deebo Samuel that time, and it'll bring up second down.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45. A pickup of 12 yards. Good for a Commander's first down.
You know, Mike, these crossing routes, you just see them being used more and more often. And really, it's because it's good against any defense. And what it does is it creates separation. It allows some of your best players to catch the ball on the move. And that short throw oftentimes turns into a long run.
And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. First catch of the ball game for Deebo. That's a first down.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming.
And he will take this into the end zone. What a run! Marcus Mariota, touchdown Washington. He's got another one. His second touchdown of the evening. Well, they were not hiding anything there. The quarterback takes off, and Greggy takes it the distance for the touchdown.
And this was a run from the jump, Mike. There was no disguising anything. There was 10 guys blocking and 1 guy running, and in this case, it's the quarterback taking it in for 6.
Now Gay for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Commanders will move out to a 14-7 lead.
Commanders 14, Broncos 7.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. This returnable from the 4. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. They'll start out first down and 10. From the shotgun, here's Nix. First down throw there is incomplete.
There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
Second and 10. Here's Nix to throw. Trying to set the tight end screen there, but that lines up incomplete.
Third and long obviously isn't an ideal situation to be in offensively. It makes you very predictable, which then places a ton of stress on your offensive line and your quarterback. So they've got to start being more productive in these early downs and set themselves up for more success come third down.
Throw it. Nix. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up fourth down.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on fourth down.
Here's Jeremy Crawshaw now. And he's on to punt for the second time in this opening quarter. he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Commanders' offense and Marcus Mariota set to take over once more. And this defense has to be searching for answers right now. It's been his ability to make plays on the ground here in the first half that has really given them fits. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
This offense came into this drive hoping to extend their narrow lead, Mike, but instead, after first down, they find themselves in second and forever following that big sack right out of the gate.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Has caught. That's Lane. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. That one good for 26 yards.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. That's complete. John Bates, the tight end. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
That's another
19 more on that one. And another first down.
First and 10 at the
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. John Franklin Myers in there for the sack. Worked his way through. It's a loss of 5.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the third sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
He'll look to throw. They'll look to set up the screen here. Room to maneuver at the 35. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with third down.
After that first down sack, I think we both kind of looked at each other and said, all right, well, there goes this drive. But a really nice job there in the passing game on second down. That big chunk brings them from second and long to now at least third and manageable.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. He's got a man. It's McLaurin. 20-yard pickup there. First down, Washington.
It's a gain of 20. That's another Washington first down. First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be second down.
At the 6-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3.
Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert It's going to be 1st and goal.
5-yard gain on the
These are
play.
the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line.
And he's not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose yardage. They push him backwards.
Brings up 2nd and
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And they get to him and finally bring him down. It will go down as a sack.
I could go on and on about the offensive line breakdowns with this pass protection, and it's been flat out brutal. But let's give some credit to the other side of the ball. They came in not only motivated to make a statement, but with a great game plan, and so far they've executed it to a T.
So the last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Now they'll set up to throw. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Marcus Mariota, touchdown Commanders. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Gay to add the PAT. He's got it, and the Commanders will take a 21-7 lead.
Commanders 21, Broncos 7.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. Crazy! And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense ready to take over once again. They'll begin with 1st and 10. He'll give it to Dobbins. And he'll take this to about the 28. The veteran Bobby Wagner in there on the stop.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
2nd down, they need 7. Here's Dobbins. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. A gain of 11 on that one. 1st down, Broncos.
Broncos, 1st down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. Give him 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another 1st down.
1st down.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground. in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
That'll be complete to Dobbins. And he's close to another first down. He's brought down just shy of the marker.
They were able to complete this pass, but how often do we see these running backs run these angle routes and they catch it in stride and run a hole through the defense? So, I know the defense gave up some yards here, but it could have been a lot worse.
Handoff as they try to run it here. And he's going to wind up losing yardage here. And that will take us to the end of the opening quarter of play. The Broncos in possession of the football to begin the second quarter as they've got it starting 3rd down and 2. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And he's going to go backwards again. The defense coming up big, forcing 4th down.
Well, what looked like an advantage for the offense, Mike, facing 2nd and short now, has turned into a win for the defense. Back-to-back stops for a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
On comes the punter now, as he's on to punt for Denver. So that one going to land out of bounds, and the official's going to mark it right at the 20-yard line. The Commanders' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense is going to need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They'll motion over Samuel. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Samuel, the ball carrier, tackled at the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
So, from the 25, it's 2nd and 5. Now a give up the middle. And they'll bring him down around the 27-yard line. Dre Greenlaw in on the tackle.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll empty out the backfield and line up for 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
4th down.
So prior to that 3rd down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation at that down and distance. They had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete, brings up 4th down.
Now fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense and their running back set to go once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. To throw is Nix. Got a man over the middle. There's Sutton. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
Let's give some credit to this offensive line. Once they identified the blitz, you could see them communicating with one another to make sure everybody is on the same page, and that's what gave the quarterback enough time and found the open man.
To the right side, he's got Ingram, the tight end. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game. And you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
Now, a second down throw for Nix. He'll step up and run this. And Nix with the wise move there at the end, sliding to a stop, but he's got the first down.
And this is what you like to see if you're the head coach. Not only does your quarterback know exactly where that first down marker is, he's able to pick up the first down, but then get himself on the ground. He avoids the big hit and picks up the first down.
Handoff here, up the middle, and he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They'll stick with him again. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's 3rd down.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
He'll take a shot here for the end zone. That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. What great work just to get those hands up there. And now it's 4th down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw. And even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway. And it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. He'll get him behind his blockers, get forward for a pickup of 3. Nick Bonito there for the tackle.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 6. Now, faking the give. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes. Jonathan Cooper in for the sack. It is a loss of 8, and now it's 3rd down.
And this defense, they just continue to put in a great night's work. I mean, Mike, you think whether it's been blitz schemes, stunts, whatever you name it, this offensive line has had its hands full. They have allowed their quarterback to be hit way too many times.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Really nice sequence of plays here defensively, not only to force the 3rd and long, but then you really take away all of the quarterback's options downfield, left him with nothing really else to do but to just simply throw that one away.
Here's Tress Way now as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Broncos offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Quick throw. There's Sutton.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 9. Working out of the gun. It's Nix. He goes right back to Sutton. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend. Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on 3rd down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner, picks up the 1st down.
And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Here's a toss as they look to run. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the 2nd half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
Now he'll air one out, and that is incomplete. Troy Franklin, the intended target. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Commanders' offense ready to see what they can do. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line, so a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. He's close to a 1st down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 23-yard line.
From the 23, here's 2nd and a yard. Up the middle they go. Finding room at the 35. Past the 45. And they're not going to run him down. He goes all the way. 76 yards. Touchdown, Washington. Taking care of business on the ground. They run it into the end zone to put 6 on the board.
Mike, some of the hardest elements to coach for a running back is vision and patience. And in this case, you saw both of them on display, and he's able to take the long run all the way to the house for 6.
Now Gay for the extra point. He's got it. And the Commanders add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead.
28, Broncos 7.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. On the return, here's Mims. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Broncos offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on first down. Now Nick's going to look to throw. The catch made there by Sutton. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a first down in this spot.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins, and it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline, so as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of 11.
They go right back to him. This catch good for 11 and a first down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes. And there is a...
Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And the Commanders come up with the takeaway.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 46-yard line.
From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6. Back to throw. That'll be taken in by Krosky Merritt. And he'll get only a yard before he's out of bounds, and that's going to set up a 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
3rd and 5. He'll drop to throw. Pushed out to his left. He'll try and get there on the ground. Taking advantage of the room to run. A gain of 19 on the scramble.
19 yards. That's good for a Washington first down. First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on third down, Mike. You can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Tackled at the 25-yard line. 1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 9. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll get forward for a couple. Alex Singleton, there on the tackle. After that play, we have one of the commanders who is down. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. Third and 7. The slot man in motion right. On third down, they'll throw from the gun. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is fourth down.
Little miscommunication there. Now brings up third down. It just doesn't appear that the quarterback and the wide receiver were on the same page on that last pass.
On fourth down, the Commanders send out Matt Gay to try the field goal. He'll bang that one through. It's good. And the Commanders add on to their lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
After the field goal, back out is Gay to kick this one off. On the return, here's Mims. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. Start on the ground, and he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, here's Nix. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And fortunately, one of his teammates there to save him. He'll wind up getting enough to pick up the first down.
I feel like we see this so often, Mike, especially with how good these receivers are after the catch. They're so eager to pick up that extra yardage. Sometimes they don't completely put the ball away, and with how good these defenders are at knocking it loose, pretty fortunate on that one. His teammate was there to prevent that from being a turnover.
And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They'll throw. It's Nix. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
Just another example of poor decision-making. I mean, making a bad play even worse. There's nothing there on 2nd down. Just throw the ball into the stands and move on to 3rd. Now you take that sack, and it's going to take a miracle to stay on the field.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Back to throw is Nix. They set up the screen for Dobbins. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up 4th down.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
Here's the punter now. He'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Commanders' offense and Marcus Mariota set to take over once more. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. And he looks to add to them with another drive here. He'll step up and run. 1:57 to go in this first half. We'll be back just outside the nation's capital after this. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. From out of the gun, he'll throw. He'll run again. And that's a veteran quarterback doing what veterans do. Don't take the extra hit. Got the first down, get downs. The drive continues.
For a Commanders first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the first down.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. Give them 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a first down.
1st and 10.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the 2nd quarter. By the time the defensive backs had come downhill to get involved, we knew there was just no way he was going to get himself out of this. It just shows, Mike, how long he was flailing around back there, that by the time he actually went down, everyone was behind the line of scrimmage chasing him.
The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. He'll look to throw. Short one there. He's got Ertz. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. Now a timeout here by Washington. That is their 2nd, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in the opening half.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. That one secured by the tight end Bates.
Pass complete to John Bates. 8 yards on the pickup.
And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called. Matt Gay coming on for this field goal try. This about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Commanders can tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
By today's kicking standard, Mike, this is clearly a chip shot. I don't think there was a lot of question that he'd make this one. So nice job making sure you end the half on a high note, coming away with 3.
So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. And there'll be no return forthcoming, so the ball comes out to the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
A first down throw for Nix. He finds his tight end, Ingram. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Hey, Scott, thank you. 2 very different halftime speeches, I would assume, by those head coaches as we get set for half number 2. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. This will be returned from the 6. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Broncos offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. Throwing is Nix. That's over the middle to the tight end Ingram. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
And the Broncos
can't ask for much more. 22 yards on the first play of the drive.
And the Broncos first down.
Here's a handoff out of the gun, and he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on third down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on first and second down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in third and pass too often in today's NFL.
Third down, they need 5. Throw it. Nix. He'll try to hit him with a screen. Searching for some kind of seam to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. Fourth down coming up.
Well, when you call a screenplay, of course, you're looking to catch the defense off guard and pick up a chunk play. You're not thinking you're actually going to find yourself going backwards, but that's exactly the case here, and really nice job by the defense sniffing that one out.
The Broncos bringing out their punter. The Commanders' offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. On the give, it's McNichols. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick first down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
You know, we can sit up here all day long and critique the quarterback, and you can see his eyes aren't downfield. He's a little jittery in the pocket. But with the amount he's been sacked and hit today, Mike, I can't say I really blame him.
They'll look to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Debo. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Just a simple hitch route, certainly nothing special there or anything downfield, but the idea is the more of those you throw and those efficient passes, the second the defense moves up to take it away, that's when you go for the big ones.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So anytime you find yourself in 3rd and long, it's hard to really be unpredictable as a play caller because the defense knows it's most likely going to be a pass. They understand where the down and distance markers are, and there's really nowhere for him to go with the ball, and he has to throw it away.
Not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Broncos offense ready for this next possession. Nick snap on 1st and 10. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
Sometimes it just comes down, Mike, to just letting it loose and go make a play. And I think anytime you want to bring a defensive back from the secondary into your blitz, there's a little bit of a reckless standpoint there. Could you give up a big play downfield? Sure. But when well-timed with the right personnel, it is hard for an offense to pick those blitzes up. And in this case, it catches them off guard and results in a sack.
Second down. Nix taking off, and he's able to take this for good yardage before sliding and hitting the deck to end the play.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
Nix from the gun on 3rd down. He finds Mims. It's complete. A great connection there. They're going to bring it down inside the 35-yard line.
Gain of 43 yards.
A big-time play for the Broncos. It's a gain of 43 yards.
1st and 10.
When done properly, crossing routes are a great way to get your receivers the ball in space with room to run after the catch. And that's exactly what they're able to do here, executed to perfection, and they pick up a ton of yards after the catch.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Give him 14 on that one. Good for a Denver first down.
19-yard line.
They send Sutton in motion. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
So anytime you decide to blitz, the hope is that the secondary can hold up long enough to allow the extra pressure guys to get to the quarterback. But when you don't get to the quarterback and he's able to get the ball on time and in rhythm, there are holes in the back end, and they're able to pick up the first down.
And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
They've moved the ball well here, but now face 3rd and 2. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. He's got his man. He finds Sutton. And he will get into the end zone. Cortland Sutton. Touchdown, Denver. That his 2nd touchdown tonight.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with the touchdown here, and now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half. Lutz for the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Broncos are able to cut into the deficit.
Commanders 34, Broncos 14.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. Deebo Samuel going to get a chance to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Commanders' offense and Marcus Mariota set to take over once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. The motion man here is McLaurin. Back to throw here to begin the drive. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
8 yards on the pickup, brings up 2nd and 2 at the 35-yard line.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 2. On the handoff, McNichol. And he'll have a Commander's first down. The tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
It's a gain of 8. And a Washington first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
I like the change of pace. The idea that you want to keep the ball on the ground, but you don't want to do it in the traditional sense of just turning around and handing it off to your running back. So this time, they give it to the wide receiver. They get him in space, get the ball in his hands, and he turns it into a solid gain.
The tight end, Ertz, in motion. A run play here for McNichol. And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. First down.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on second down, knowing they had third and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
The tight end, Ertz, in motion. On play action, he'll set up to throw. There's Ertz. He's got it right side. And he'll only manage a couple of yards before he's out of bounds.
At the 37-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Number 26.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
3rd and 2. Here we go. Here's a run with McNichol. A gain there of 11. Good for a Commanders first down.
That's another Washington Commanders first down.
There's a big conversation going on right now around the NFL about what is the true value of having a run game. And I've always thought it comes down to being good at 3 situations. Can you run the ball in the 4th quarter with a lead? How well can you run the ball on the goal line? And then in this case, how well can you run the ball in short yardage situations?
A run here. It's Chris Rodriguez. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
In order to be successful as a run-heavy offense, Mike, it's so important that you remain really efficient on 1st and 2nd down. The last thing you want is to be in 3rd and pass, and it really throws off what you feel like your strengths are. So now you get down here in the red zone, it's got to be touchdowns. These long sustained drives on the ground, you kick a field goal, that's a win for the defense. Looked like that might have been a RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like you might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off and there was nowhere for that running back to go.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. That is caught. What a throw. Terry McLaurin. Touchdown, Washington.
Touchdown.
Greg, nothing changed at halftime. They come right out to start this 3rd quarter and pick up where they left off.
Well, I think this defensive coordinator is going to think back to his halftime speech, Mike, because whatever adjustments he thought they made, it obviously didn't resonate. What we saw happen in the first half, they picked right back up here to start the 3rd quarter, and at this point, the offense has hit its stride, and they continue to pull away.
Gay to add the PAT. He's got it. And the Commanders will extend this 3rd quarter lead.
Commanders 41, Broncos 14.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. On the return, here's Mims. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Broncos offense, and Bo Nix getting ready to go back to work. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Nix. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
Makes it 2nd and 10.
Evan Ingram, the intended target. And that will lead to a second down. Here's Nix to throw. There's a short one taken by Ingram. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35.
13 yards on the play.
It's a pickup of 13 yards. First down, Broncos.
1st and 10.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the third quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
On first down, here's Nix to throw. Got him in. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And the Commanders come up with the takeaway. And so much for a nice gain through the passing game. Not finishing the play, fumbling the football, and the offense has turned it over, Greg.
Mike, give credit to the defender here for not quitting on this play. They just give up a chunk play in the passing game. He stays after it, and instead of just making a simple tackle, he attacks the ball, knocks it loose, and creates a big takeaway for this defense.
There's Terry McLaurin and the Commanders' offense heading out for their next possession. They've definitely outplayed their opponents to this point in the third quarter. They might be looking to grind out some first downs and chew up some valuable time on the clock. They'll motion over Samuel. Now, faking the give. In trouble, and down he goes. John Franklin Myers getting in there to drop him. It'll be a loss of 7 to start this drive.
37-yard line.
This guy's like a man amongst boys right now out here, Mike, and you just don't see these sort of dominant performances on the NFL level very often. I mean, whether they got to double team him or keep sliding the protection to him, I don't care what they got to do. Someone has to block this guy because he's completely destroying the entire game.
Let's get a pick right here, let's get a pick.
He'll drop to throw. Over the middle, he's got McLaurin.
When you call these double moves, you're going for broke. And you're looking to throw this ball over the head of the defense, so give a lot of credit to the defensive backs. Yes, it led to a completion, but this was not the big play the offense intended when the coordinator called that play.
Third down and 9. He'll look to throw. Now a shot downfield for Samuel. That is hard. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line.
Automatic first down.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll run. It's McNichols. And he will score. Jeremy McNichols. Touchdown, Commanders.
You just don't see these kind of holes too often at this NFL level, Mike, and you can see once he got the ball, the clear line to the end zone, he doesn't get touched, and an unfortunate defensive breakdown here ends up costing him 6 points.
Now Gay for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Commanders add on to their already sizable lead.
The score, Commanders 48, Broncos 14. Gay to kick
So,
off for
after the
Washington.
touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. On the return, here's Mims. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there.
Their own 25-yard
The
line.
Broncos offense and receiver Cortland Sutton ready to get going again. And he was unguardable in the first half. You see the numbers as they try to add to those here in the third quarter. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. To throw is Nix. He's got a man downfield. It's Mims. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 74 yards. Touchdown, Denver. Here's Lutz now for the extra point. It's up and through. The Broncos cut into the lead a little bit.
Commanders 48, Broncos 21.
So now, after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. Samuel going to see what he can do. Oh! Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Commanders' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. On the ground, here's McNichol. Not much there, maybe a yard.
Singleton on the tackle. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8. At the 34-yard line.
2nd down, 8 yards to go. They'll motion over Samuel. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. A throw on the move is caught. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
That's good.
13 yards on the catch there. First down, Washington.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He takes off. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Now they'll set up to throw. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Surtain.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown, and instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The Broncos offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it, and he'll get about 3 on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
From the 23, here's 2nd down and 7. Now Nick's going to look to throw. They set up the screen for Dobbins. This one going to be sniffed out, blown up in the backfield.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. That's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
It is 3rd and long. Back to throw is Nix. That's over the middle to the tight end Ingram. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
Jeremy Crawshaw in punt formation for the Broncos.
So back and forth they go as we are through 3. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. The offense is staying right there. They're going for it. 4th and a couple. Dobbins going to get it now as we start the 4th. And he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on 4th down.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. They start with the lead and the football, and they do so with tremendous field position. It's 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That pass taken in by McClory. 11 yards on the connection there. Good for a Commander's 1st down.
And that throw just seems like the cherry on top of what has been an incredible day for this quarterback. And I wouldn't be surprised here late if we get to see the backup after this drive. And there's one guy in the stadium that has earned the right to stand on the sideline and relax. It's this quarterback.
2nd down, zone read, and he keeps it.
Oftentimes, the more success you have as a quarterback keeping the ball, the more attention that you're going to get from the defense, and I think that's exactly the case here. They've been burned a few times by this guy already today, but this time they were ready for him.
They'll look to throw. That's caught. That's Lane. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
It's a gain of
Just
8.
take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
On 3rd down, they'll throw from the gun. And he's in! Zach Ertz. Touchdown, Washington. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening. Greg in the end zone again. I'm running out of different ways to say touchdown. They're doing it so often here today.
Mike, some offensive play callers, once they get the lead, it's just milk the clock and let's get out with a win. But not this coach. He is trying to score every single time they possess the ball.
Gay to add the PAT. The kick is good. And the Commanders will add one more onto their big lead.
Broncos 21.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7. Uh-oh. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. The Broncos offense and receiver Cortland Sutton ready to get going again. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early. Boy, did that pay great dividends to this point. Here's Dobbins. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. They'll get 11 there, and that's a quick first down.
The best offensive play callers in the NFL, Mike, do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those two things look alike, man, it puts a lot of stress on the defense.
That's caught on the right side by Sutton. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. They are cooking to begin this drive. This play going for 30 yards. An unbalanced look to the left here on first down. They'll throw. It's Nix. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down with it.
He finds his tight end, Ingram. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
It may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on second down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on third down where it's a little bit more manageable.
Here's third down and a few inches. They'll go with the sneak, and he's going to have the first down. Just past the marker, it is first and goal.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the first down.
And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. That, not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. Line of scrimmage remains the 4-yard line. It's second and goal. Throwing is Nix. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down.
He's got to find a way to hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone. And listen, I understand that hit is coming. But guess what? That hit's coming whether you catch it or not. And you get paid to make the difficult catches. And I would classify that one as tough, but you got to make that catch. Give your team a chance to come away with this drive
Brings
and some
up
points.
4th and goal.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. He's got his big tight end, Evan Ingram. Touchdown, Broncos.
Touchdown, Broncos.
Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least it'll pay off with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
The kick by Lutz is good. And the Broncos will get just a bit closer.
Broncos 28.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. This one taken at the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Commanders' offense and Marcus Mariota set to take over once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long.
Hey, we got to keep everything in front of us.
Motion.
And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
26.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
They'll go again with McNichols. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 7.
Here's 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Through the air, connecting with Debo. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
Back onto the field comes the Denver offense.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
A run with Dobbins. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
A loss of 2.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Working out of the gun. It's Nix. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and 3rd down coming up.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
He'll try and get there on the ground. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
Gain of 11.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the first down.
On the ground, here's Dobbins. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. Off the play fake, here's Nix. That is caught, and it's Troy Franklin. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
A pickup of 14 on that one. Good for a Denver first down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
From the shotgun, here's Nix. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 1. Nix gonna keep it on the zone read. And he'll get beyond the marker before giving himself up. That's a first down.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good runner. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
On the zone read, this is Nix.
The quarterback could have handed it. He could have kept it himself. I don't really think either option would have turned out much different. Great job by the defense having a plan for the running back and a plan for the quarterback, and they're able to force that carry for no gain.
2nd down, 8 to go from the 28. A run with the Central Florida product, R.J. Harvey. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. A gain there of 10 yards. First down, Broncos.
10 at the 18-yard line.
For that play to work, Mike, you have to distort the defensive line at the point of attack. And what that means is the offensive lineman, you need one of them to win their block. Move the defender out of his gap. Because when you do, you can see there is a nice run lane for the back to hit.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing.
On 2nd down, it's Nix. And that one incomplete.
And even though you're facing a big deficit, I still think this is the right decision. At some point, you do have to start forcing the ball to make something happen, but you can't be reckless. So I think this would have been more on the reckless side, and certainly a good decision. Maintain possession of the ball.
Nix from the gun on 3rd down. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
And that's a big-time play. It felt like they really needed it, Mike. That was a drive where the offense seemed to be in complete control. Anytime on the defense where you find yourself on your heels, you're giving up big plays, you're giving up fresh set of downs, you need a spark. You need something to change the momentum of the drive, and we'll see if that was it right there.
Let's see what they do here. This is 4th and long. On 4th down, here's Nix. And he'll take it on in. Lil Jordan Humphrey. Touchdown, Denver.
Yeah, this is not a big surprise here, Mike. You're down big. It's the fourth quarter. You have no choice but to go for it here on fourth down, maintain possession, and they were able to come through.
Lutz for the extra point. The kick is good. The Broncos are able to edge a bit closer.
Commanders 55, Broncos 35.
Down 3 scores, and it's late. They're going to need a few bounces to go their way. They'll start right here, trying to get an onside kick.
You have no choice. You find yourself down big here late in the fourth quarter, Mike. You got nothing to lose. Give it a shot. Nice job here by the hands team recovering. They're going to take over possession.
The Commanders' offense about ready to take over once more. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. Begin with a zone read. And it's a big run down to the 10-yard line. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 31 yards.
And this is why you tailor your offense around a guy like this. I mean, every once in a while, mix in some design runs. He's got such game-changing ability with the ball in his hands. And here, he rips off a big one.
A toss, left side, caught by his running back.
Complete to number 26. Out of bounds down at the 9-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Man in motion, heading left. Handoff here, up the middle. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
This defense doing a great job here facing this goal-to-go situation, especially on that last play. 2 stops down, and now the pressure really ramps up for this offense as they face 3rd and goal.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
An 8-yard gain.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
That is incomplete. The defense coming up big in the red zone. It's a turnover on down.
It's a turnover on down.
The Broncos offense and receiver Cortland Sutton ready to get going again. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. They'll give it to Dobbins. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
Brought down at his own 6-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Throw it. Nix. He's got a man downfield. It's Mims. And they're going to get this all the way up close to the 40-yard line.
33.
It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 33 yards.
First and 10 at the 39-yard
I love these
line.
crossing routes, Mike. Not only do they put so much stress into the deep layers of the defense, but they really allow the wide receivers to run with the ball after the catch. You just saw a great example why it led to a huge chunk play. It's just a matter of time. I don't care how good you are or how good a hand you have. You are going to drop passes. It is inevitable in the NFL. But it's the guys that don't let one drop pass lead to two. They have the ability to put it behind them, move forward, and they can't wait for that next ball to be thrown their way.
Second down. Nix. That's taken in. It's R.J. Harvey. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
There's two big key pieces the way you want to evaluate quarterbacks in the NFL, Mike, is the first one, how do they operate on third down? But the second one, how do they throw the ball when it's not a clean pocket? And you saw here, the ability to be on time and accurate through contact, that's what separates the good ones from the rest, and that was a big-time throw right there.
Pickup of 11 yards on that one. Good for a Denver first down. 2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. On first down, here's Nix to throw. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. That's 13 more on that play, and quickly another first down.
And the Broncos first down.
To throw is Nix. That's caught right side. It's Franklin. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark. Just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
They're at the 17-yard line now for first and 10. Here's Nix to throw. He'll get that complete to Franklin.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
It is second and 6. Back to throw is Nix. He'll step up and run, and they'll get him down inside the 5-yard line. It's first and goal coming up. Now a timeout, Denver. That's their second, and it comes with exactly 1 minute left in the game. This drive has been methodical, but will they turn it into 6 points? It is first and goal. That one incomplete.
Smart decision there on first and goal. If it's not there early, don't get baited into a bad decision. Just throw it away and live for another down. Really nice decision making here. Brings up second and goal.
Here now, second down and goal. Now Nick's going to look to throw. Now they'll set up the screen for Harvey. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. They do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play. So add another touchdown and touchdown pass for that matter. He has thrown 6 already in this one. Amazing stuff. Here's Lutz now for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Broncos are able to cut into the deficit.
Commanders 55, Broncos 42.
This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick.
Well, we knew, Mike, this was going to take a miracle. All they needed to do was recover this, score, recover another one, score again. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, and this game's all but over.
The Commanders' offense ready to get back at it. And this one really all over but the shouting. One timeout left defensively, but there's no need to use it here. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So it's a win here for the Commanders. They got out of the gates hot, ran out to the big first quarter lead, and did not look back as they cruise in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Commanders are winners, as we say so long from just outside our nation's capital.